Hello, my name is Marcel, and this summer I worked at the Cornell Plantations, which covers some 4,000 acres of wildflower reserves, arboretums, botanical gardens, and wilderness areas. I spent the majority of my time working with two horticulturists, Josh and Mitya. This is Mitya, the gardener I worked with the most this summer. He's responsible for a large portion of the botanical gardens, including most of the flower beds. A true Italian, Mitya's scrupulous attentiveness to plants and their needs is almost as good as his wine pairing advice. When the summer begins, there's lots to be done. Together we work on weeding, mulching, and watering to prepare the sleepy plants for a summer awakening. There are constantly alumni, Cornell scientists, and tour groups coming into the garden. It's a high-traffic area that demands constant attention. This is Josh, the other horticulturist I work with this summer. He's responsible for the winter gardens, the bioswale, and anything and everything else. We compost, mulch, weed, water, plant, and move around trees to better the winter garden. With Josh, I learned how to transplant trees properly, how to prune bushes, which woody plants look best together, and how a few dozen trees arranged the right way suddenly can become a garden. Mitya too taught me much about the art of horticulture, how to use space and create aesthetic color schemes and textures. I learned when to water, how to identify stressed plants, how to cut and deadhead flowers, how to direct plants to grow the way you want them to, and how to deal with pernicious chipmunks. There are always dozens of projects going on at once. Mitya says we are like artists, painting with colors that fade and grow. In the first hour we might touch up a few lilies in the yellow flower bed, and then prune a ginkgo tree in the winter garden, and finally finish with a lengthy discussion on the fate of a certain rose bush. I learned that a significant amount of time in horticulture is spent analyzing the beds and considering changes before any action is taken. Moving throughout the garden, my eyes become increasingly attuned to incongruities I once overlooked. After 3 months of work, the gardens transformed from flimsy shoots and patchy perennials into lush, overflowing beds of red, blue, green, purple, yellow, and gold. The purpose of my internship was to learn more about horticulture and improve my plant identification abilities. Being on the front lines of a well-respected horticulture institution helped me achieve both of these objectives. I've learned that I don't want to be a landscape architect or a plant curator, but I have gained a greater interest in plant anatomy and evolution. Mitya, Josh, and I have become friends. Our love of the World Cup, the outdoors, and wine grew along with the plants in the garden. Every year, some 80 Cornell students apply for 8 internship spots to work with Mitya and Josh every summer. With CC's support, I was able to do the same. Thanks so much, CC.